Hello and welcome everybody to the GDQ Hotfix for this very special New Year's Eve special. We're running one of my favorite games of all time. Top two, usually number one, depending on my mood, Pokemon game. It is Pokemon Platinum, and we're going to be showcasing any percent here. So this is a glitch category for Pokemon Platinum. This also means there's RNG manipulation. Normally in Pokemon speedruns, when something has no RNG manipulation, we just say manipulous. So this doesn't say that. So RNG manipulation and glitches, super cool. I don't know if this run's ever been shown off on GDQ in full. I know a couple years ago, I was on a hotfix with Go, and he was able to showcase some of the glitches used in the run, like a brief little glitch exhibition. But now we're going to show the whole full speedrun. It's been really cool to see a lot of interesting developments in the last couple months, and especially like super recently, which Rubentus and March, aka Lion, was here. We'll talk about. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw it to Rubentus to introduce himself and March and get us into the run.
All right. Hello, everyone. Here we have a run of Platinum Any with the new route. And I have March with me here.
Yeah. Hi, my name is March, or Lion was here. Both are fine. You can call me whichever. So Rubentus is the current world record holder of this category. But with a recent development to this category, his time is much more beatable than it was 10 days ago. And today we'll be showing off this new route.
Yes, so I think we can get started. We're pretty much ready. I already hit the RNG manip. It's a 1 in 30 FPS window that you need to hit to start the run. And I think we can pretty much start from here. So
I'll just get it down.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, and we can go. So we start in the house. We have a RNG manip to do here. We need to get a good Chimchar. This Chimchar is actually not that good if you look at manip standards, but we also get Pokerus. That's the most important thing, because this is a marathon, or like a marathon route. So we want to be able to drop manip as quickly as possible. And because of that, we get Pokerus on the first possible fight, which is the Rival 1 fight.
So for people who are familiar with this run, we used to use a naughty Chimchar. However, due to the new route change, the stat requirement is much different, and now we use a naive Chimchar, which gives us a speed boost instead of attack boost. This is important because the speed boosting nature allows us to outspeed Onyx and Cornetos from Rook at level 11 and 12 respectively. It also let us outspeed Gardenia's Rosa rate at 1 level lower.
Yeah, plus attack doesn't help as much as plus speed here. So I have
the basics. Yeah. The basic stat requirement is that we need 28 speed, 31 attack, and 24 special attack. The defensive stats is 20 special defense. However, we couldn't really find a Chimchar that has 20 special defense that also gets Pokerus on Rival 1, so we went for one with lower special defense. So one of the fights that we'll do later on becomes much worse. Yep. So we'll be saving for that fight, so hopefully that's not a big problem.
Yeah, so I just celebrated a little bit there. I didn't mess up the movement in the beginning. That's pretty tricky to do, going up and down across that the load line. Doing that advances the RNG pretty quickly, so that's the quickest way to get this Chimchar. Oh, whoops, I said the wrong answer. I said I didn't love Pokemon, which is of course a lie.
Sure, buddy.
So now that I crossed the load line like that, went the up and down, the RNG is set up so that I can get a naive Chimchar with pretty good stats. So, and I'll also get Pokerus from the first fight, which is very, very, very useful.
Yeah, so maybe I should explain RNG a little bit.
Yes.
So, in this game, there are a few different things that advance RNG. First of all, is when you go through grass, the game advances RNG to check if you will get a wild encounter, and if you do, it will also use the RNG to determine the stats or what encounter you get. The other thing is NPC. So by reloading between the route and the town, we reload the NPC in the town very quickly. So the game have to determine how long they will stay in one direction and what direction they will be facing repeatedly, which is why the RNG advance quickly. This chimchar lies on RNG frame 156. That means it must advance 156 times from the seed to obtain this chimchar.
Yeah, which is a lot. It's pretty high. But this is the best option we have if we want to accomplish our goal, which is to get Pokerus as early as possible.
Yeah, I'll explain the route different as we go.
Yeah. So the first rival fight it's pretty easy. Piplup really likes to spam Growl. So if we were doing Battle Manip, we would try to get as few Growls as possible, so that this fight would take as few turns as possible. And yeah, if you don't get Pokerus, this run is not really... The route is not really set up for that.
So until you are at -6 state on your attack, every turn there, if you don't die to a pound immediately, and your attack is not at -6 stage, so every turn there's a 206 over 256 chance for people to pick Growl, which is quite a high chance. It's just over 80%.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Right.
What is Pokerus?
So Pokerus is okay. It's like a
it's a disease.
Once your Pokemon gets Pokerus, it will double the amount of effort value your Pokemon gets after fighting a Pokemon. So your Pokemon stats can vary depending on what Pokemon you fight when you are gaining experience and leveling up. And EV is the reason why that happens. By having Pokerus, we double the EV amount, the amount of EV we get, so we can get more stats more quickly. On the other hand, like Pokerus for the starting section of this run is actually not as important as for Nutty, because Nutty used to rely on the extra speed EV from Pokerus to outspeed Roserade on Gardenia, but we outspeed Gardenia naturally with a naive Chimchar.
Yeah.
So it's mostly for the Tentacruel section at this point.
And now we're gonna move on past the first section. So I'm gonna do some specific movement here to avoid getting wild encounters. This is the crux of RNG Manip. This is where most of the time is spent, trying to avoid these pesky wild encounters. That's what March and I's lives have been for the last 10 days.
10 days? Yeah.
Trying to work out this new route, because we need to get some new seeds, new RNG seeds.
Yeah, we went through like hundreds of seeds.
Yes, it's been a very tricky process. We found some new things that nobody knew about that caused a lot of problems. So one thing we found is that like this game has like a quirk with the encounters. So some dates, specific dates, have a lower or higher chance to give you a wild encounter, which is pretty strange, but turns out that so we play on a minus encounter rate date for this seed, but the strange thing is that once we're gonna do like a save and quit manip earlier or later in a few minutes, and when you do that, you also lose. Like, we're gonna set the time again, and because of the DS penalty, like if you have ever tried to like work out, like if you ever tried to cheese the honey trees or something in this game, you'll notice that there's kind of a penalty when you change the date, when you change the system clock. And turns out that also stops the negative encounter rate date from actually working as a negative encounter rate date. And that threw us off very hard.
Yeah. It basically invalidated our like 2 days of work that we did.
Yes. So like we finished a lot of routing, then March goes to test it on his console, and then it immediately didn't work. That was a bad day. Yeah, just getting through the beginning of the game. It's pretty simple. Just mash through text. A lot of Pokemon games have longer than this, so it's not that bad in this game.
Are you wearing an Electrode shirt as well?
Yes.
I just realized it right now. Amazing.
The Billy shirt.
So my normally in a lot of these runs, like it's okay to get Pokerus on like Route 202 or even potentially a little bit later. I know one of the Piplup routes gets it like on the fashion case. Why is it so important to get Pokerus on the very first fight for this route?
It's pretty much. This is like a marathon adaptation.
Okay.
So for the actual route, we must obtain it before work. The reason for that is because we save and quit before work, so we are going to be hitting a different primary seed that also give us an extended Golduck, and it will be quite difficult to find a seed that has an extended Golduck with Pokerus. So you must obtain Pokerus before work. So that is at rival the latest.
But you just said, sorry, do you want to explain what just happened there?
Yeah, I accidentally ran too far into the house, which is a problem. I'm not sure if I can fix it.
You just take 124 steps before you do your save and quit minute. Yeah.
No, my step counter is not exact. Like, it would be fine if I lose Manip here, but it. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going to lose Manip.
Your step count is +4 right now. You can save it at a catching tutorial by entering 2 like below if you want.
We'll try.
Yeah. If you don't lose it before that, then you can enter the catching tutorial at the lowest tile. But you probably want to walk a few steps before you. You need to walk into the catching tutorial on the lowest tile.
Yeah. So basically, the reason why the step counter matters is every 128 steps, the game will check to see if it should increment your Pokemon's friendship value. Because, as you travel with your Pokemon, you become closer friends with them. That affects like the base power of return, the move return, and a bunch of other things. And
like frustration.
Yeah. Frustration, yeah, it gets less powerful. And that also affects the RNG, because the RNG is called for each Pokemon you have in your party. So when that happens in a different spot in the overworld, that could be a problem. So hopefully I'll get no encounters here, but we'll see what happens.
I think you should walk out of this part.
Yeah. It didn't work.
Oh, unlucky. Yeah.
This is fine though.
I think the reason is actually because you didn't walk into the catching tutorial.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, at least we got what we needed.
Yes, and maybe I'll be lucky and find a Starly. So, one reason why you want to keep Manip is to avoid the wild encounters, but we also need to catch a Starly for a fly.
I'm pretty sure I checked your seed and there's not like a level 2 Starly on this route.
Yeah, it might not be so lucky, but...
Yeah. But the RNG would advance differently after you got that encounter. Maybe that one boosted your RNG by quite a bit.
Yes, maybe. But yeah, we will get Manip again later. But we won't hold it for that long. But we'll have a cool gym leader fight coming up in about 10
by the way, I
minutes.
realized, Rubenta, you should try to take the same amount of step before getting Pokecash. So
Yes.
you still know your correct step count for
Yeah.
Tentacle.
Step counter should be similar now, right? I think it should be the same.
I mean, I'm not quite sure what your Manip should actually look like, so it will be up to you.
Yeah, I'll do the same movement, at least. So the step counter check also causes lag and stuff when it happens. There's a lot of complicated things with the...
Oh yeah, we should explain it before manipulating rock fight. It should. It should.
So
This has been pretty smooth though so far for this early route.
Yeah.
Normally the Starleaf I control you sometimes, but not as much in this game, I guess.
yeah, Diamond and Pearl is much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally made it to Jubilife. We got, what, 2 wild encounters, which is not too bad.
Could be worse.
Yeah, I feel like if you don't have Manip, average up to this point is probably like 5, right? Something like
Yeah.
that.
Somewhere around there.
Counter rate's not too terrible in this game. It doesn't make you feel as bad as like Heart Gold Soul Silver sometimes, but
Yeah.
still not
Oh.
great sometimes.
On this specific date, until we do a different manip, the encounter rate for each grass tile should be 9%. So the way the encounter RNG works is that it does 2 checks. The first check is based on the movement that you do. So it is on a common date, it is 40% to pass the first check, and if you are running, and 70% if you are biking. But on this specific date, the first check is lowered by 10%, so it becomes 30% and 60%. The second check is based on what kind of terrain you are in, so it will be 30% if you're in the grass, 10% if you're in a cave or if you're on the water. Which is why at this time, the grass encounter chance is 9%. Besides this, when you first load an area, the first 5 steps have an even lower encounter rate, which it simply adds another 5% check in front of the 9% check that I just mentioned. So it is pretty unlikely to get an encounter in the first 5 steps when you just enter an area.
Yeah. So here is one of the earliest differences between Platinum and Diamond and Pearl. In Diamond and Pearl, you would fight 2 trainers inside the school because you'll be able to get the Hidden Power TM. But they changed that in Platinum, so we cannot get
Not
Hidden
so
Power
lucky.
anymore. Hidden Power is so good when you use Manip because you can use Hidden Power to beat Rourke so easily. Instead, we're going to use a different method. Cooler method, to be honest.
I'm so excited to see this. You spoiled it for me before we started, so I'm very excited.
Got to talk to these clowns. Oh no, taking some extra steps.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember
Almost.
how many steps that you're taking?
I'm at like +6 now, I think.
All right. Well,
After fixing it at the tutorial,
Or I can
yes,
take
because we
less
took more
here. I can
steps.
take less here. Like I usually take more here, so I can just take a few less.
Hmm.
So it should be fine.
All right. No, that doesn't matter because you already got the Pokesh.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm thinking for inside the gym later. But yeah, I think I know where the step counter value is gonna be on the Poketch. So this is for.
So as we mentioned,
Yeah, we're thinking
as
about
we
this for
mentioned-
much later.
this rival fight is the last fight that we'll be doing before we fight the gym leader Rourke.
Yeah,
Rourke is a rock time gym leader, and his Pokemon absolutely destroys Chimchar when you're still level 10.
yeah,
So as a result, to win reasonably, we have to manipulate this fight. So conveniently, Rourke's Pokemon uses like Rock Throw, and it is a 90% accurate move. So with some manipulation, we can let them move more than they normally would.
The power of scripts and math. I'm just gonna say right now, Rourke is gonna be mad at the luck he's getting.
Oh, do you miss the range? The 7 hit range?
I think so.
Damn.
Or no, I had Blaze for the first hit, I think. So
Oh, okay. So that
What?
yeah.
What is Blaze?
so Blaze is Chimchar's
Blade-
ability, and it powers up fire type moves when you're at low health. So it means balancing your health is gonna be good for doing more damage.
Oh, yeah. You didn't reload the city.
Yeah.
Goodness. So be careful with your step now.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a few more steps here. Maybe get a Starly if I'm lucky.
So the way that the game determines battle RNG is pretty similar to the primary RNG. However, it uses an in-game frame counter as part of the seed generation formula.
There we go.
This frame counter normally goes up once every frame. However, during transition and some certain circumstance, well, I can't speak English. Sorry. Some certain scenarios, the frame counter will get lags, and they won't count that specific frame. So it took us quite a long time to figure out what could be causing lag, so that we can consistently manipulate the Rourke fight. And one of the most bizarre thing is that when you are talking to NPC in this game, if you don't clear the text box frame perfectly, an arrow will appear at the bottom right corner. And every time an arrow appears, the game actually produces a lag frame.
Oh, am I gonna get lucky? Oh, thought I could have got through without an encounter inside here.
You spoke like 1 second too soon.
Yeah, I shouldn't have gone one up to the hiker to talk to him, and I probably would have gotten
Zubats
through.
can fly.
Yes, but I already caught a Starly. Fun one.
Oh, okay.
So in the earliest development of this route, we actually pick up both X Defend and Dire Hit to be able to beat Rourke.
Yes.
But with some optimization, now we can skip them, which is 20 seconds time save.
Yeah, the X Defend and Dire
Quite
Hit are
significant.
pretty out of the way. So skipping them
Yeah.
is pretty insane. So if I get lucky, I'll not get as many encounters in here.
Maybe you should have say that after the mine, but yeah.
So you mentioned you're not doing any fights between the rival fight and the Rourke fight. And that's
Yes.
pretty different from glitchless, right?
Yes, it's also much different from the old any person route.
Yes, you would fight this guy on the right here and a couple other trainers.
Yeah,
I think
so
you fight, like
basically,
4 trainers or something.
Yeah.
To, like,
you
get
fight
the
5
upper
optional
time.
trainers in the
5,
regular,
jeez.
in the regular route, and we skip all of them, which by itself saves about 4 minutes and a half, but we will lose some due to being lower level.
Right.
So our estimate on the time save of this route is about 80 seconds,
Which is a lot.
which is quite significant.
Yeah.
Given this is 2023 and the games are quite old, it's hard to find optimization on the minutes level.
So I need to teach Rock Smash. Rock Smash is such a good move. And it's also required. So we need to have a Rock Smash user, and Chimchar is so good for that. Did I go
Remember
to full HP?
to heal.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you did. Okay.
So now, we're not going to fight anyone else. We're just going to go straight to the gym.
Rourke, yeah. And we'll warn you that Rourke might be modding pretty soon.
Hopefully.
Oh, it's either he is modding or you are modding.
Yes, I might mold if my mistakes so far will matter. But we'll see. If it doesn't work, I'm not sure what to do. But we'll be fine.
So they didn't actually, the viewers didn't actually see you do the initial manip. You want to explain what's going to happen here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna set the date and time on the DS to a specific value.
Yes.
So
So, to manipulate Rock Fight, we want to hit 2 specific seeds. And part of the seed generation formula involves the year, month, date, minute, and second of the DS when you start the battle or when you enter the game. They are 2 separate seeds, but they use the same formula, which is why we just changed the time of our console.
yeah, and I'm using an external timer to track it down for me so I can hit the right seed with precision. So I'm gonna let the arrows show up one by one, not skip any, because they cause lag, and hopefully I hit the right battle this time. So here we go. Level 10 versus level 12.
So without any sort of battle minute, this Geodude one-shot you from full health, or it can one-shot you from full health.
I didn't hit it.
Okay.
I'm not sure what this is.
Unfortunately.
Let's try one more time.
Yeah. So the expected outcome of turn 1 is either we burn Geodude or we get a Rock Throw miss. And from there on, we know which seed we hit. So we will do we can do corresponding, take corresponding actions to make it miss more, and we win the fight.
Yeah, battles in this game are seeded pretty differently from other Pokemon games, which is why it's reasonable to get a task-looking fight in RTA. Like in a lot of games, the battle RNG is not really all that separate from the overworld RNG. So what frame you click on the move in the battle will determine what happens. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm getting here.
Maybe your step count is just very different, and you got a parity problem.
Potentially, yeah.
You should probably try to manual flash and change your offset to later.
Yeah, I'll try that. If not, I think I can load another save.
Did you change your offset as well?
Yes, I did.
Lag.
If this doesn't work, I'll quickly load a different save.
Sounds good.
So as you can see that we did a manual flash at the beginning. That is because when you open the menu, the game lags for 3 frames, and it will flip the parity on the battle seed you can hit.
Yeah, It didn't work. So I'm just gonna load a different save.
To answer Dexy, the reason why we wait at the beginning of the door, by waiting, I assume you mean why save at the entrance of the gym. It's because the battle seeds that we are aiming are quite late, so saving at the gym door is to minimize the time loss for waiting.
Yeah, we don't really fully understand why, or how the save that you have impacts the battle seeds that you hit. So this route is still in the early phase.
Yeah, so we know that the step counter is part of what affects the lag, but we don't know how exactly it works. It is fine in a regular speedrun situation because when we get there, we're on the same step count every time, unless we make a mistake.
Right. And in a real run, you would just reset if you make a mistake and drop manip, so it wouldn't be an issue normally.
Yeah.
Yes.
right, let's go. So what move are you trying to see here?
We want to see a miss
it will
or a
always use
burn.
Rock Throw. Yeah,
Okay.
it will always Rock Throw on turn 1. And the
Yo,
reason for
let's go.
that is, Rock Throw has a guaranteed kill on you with Max Roll.
Oh my god.
Oh, whoops! I don't have the right move.
Whoa.
Oh no.
That's a wrong. That's a wrong save.
Yes, this is not even the same Chimchar. I didn't prepare that well for this. That's my bad. So I have to teach Rock Smash first.
So during our routing, we use the metronome to determine what battle seeds we hit, because metronome for every metronome can produce many different results. So it can help us quickly identify the seeds we get on work to help us calibrate our timing.
Yes, and Chimchar does not learn metronome, so this is cheating.
This is an illegal Chimchar.
But at least this works now. So
Yeah, I know metronome's like super useful for determining the battle RNG stuff. I know it's used in Heart Gold Soul Silver for Whitney, right? Because she just naturally uses a metronome.
yes, it's very helpful there.
But it was helpful for us to keep track of how much the game lags, so that we can create
Yes.
battle manip based on that information.
Yeah, very useful routing tool.
Yeah, so
Nicely built into.
yeah,
the
you're
game.
welcome for that instructive mistake.
At least we verified that we do have a working Ocean Talk.
Yes. So one thing is, I didn't prepare at all for this, so this is not the same Chimchar as before.
Yeah, this is a Chimchar that we plan to use for a regular speedrun.
Yeah, so this one is actually better than the one we had.
So it is much better on every category besides special attack.
Yeah. All right, so let's see if we can hit the fight now. I missed it.
Yeah, you bonked.
Yeah. Yeah, bonking
So,
inside the gym
For
also
some
affects
bizarre
lag.
reason. So
Really?
when you run into a wall or bonking on something, it also creates lag in some situations, but not all. So this game is quite bizarre.
Yeah, and a lot of these things are not shown on emulator, which is what you use to make these
right.
manips. So it just leaves us pulling our hair out.
The main one was actually the arrows on the text box.
Yes.
Yeah, we couldn't understand why we were hitting a different parity on the seed for a long time until we took a guess that it might have been the arrows, and we got here.
Right, surely this time.
Surely.
I think I was too late.
Gosh.
Right. This time for sure.
This time for sure. Do it for Electrode.
For Billy.
Oh, your Electrode shirt is a different color than your.
Yes, because
Your-
this
your little
one's
flash.
shiny, of course.
Of course.
Oh, I don't know what this is. What's going on? I hit it earlier.
Like what? you having the different move shouldn't change like your parity or anything, right?
No.
No, because the battle RNG is seeded before the game even like send your Chimchar out, so that shouldn't be a problem.
Everyone in chat say good luck.
It's funny to be wished good luck when we are literally manipulating our luck. It's just a skill issue at the moment.
Are we using the correct offset though? I guess that's the question.
I just hit it, so it should be correct.
Okay.
So, come on. There we go.
Let's go.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is the much cooler fight. We have 2 fights that we can hit, but this is the coolest one by far. So here we go. Everyone who wished me good luck, this is what good luck looks like.
Yeah. This Geodude is blind. And so is the Onyx.
This is how you win against Rourke with a level 10 Chimchar. Stealth Rock, it seems like they always use Stealth Rock. Oh, I crit! Let's go!
Oh, so lucky.
I'm gonna Leer here.
You're also getting
Getting lucky is not a crime.
You're also getting a lot of those 50% defense drops too off the rock smashes, which is
Oh, you should have
Yeah.
cleared there, Ruben.
Yeah,
That's a mistake.
yeah. Let's.
Hopefully you can still kill Granados.
Yeah, I hope we win here. I fucked up. Come on, Granados, be gentle.
This kind of is extremely scary, but it'll be fine.
Oh, that's really bad.
Oh, okay.
You need a crit here.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't happen. Yeah. So that was a mistake.
That was my bad, yeah.
Yeah, on the turn where Rubentus used Rock Smash to kill Onyx, he should have used another Leer before he killed the Onyx.
Yeah, the way the battle maps work is it's like super precise. Each move leads to a completely different like next turn.
Yes.
Each action you take. So even though it was like the same overall outcome in the end, that turn just completely changes the outcome of every other turn in the fight.
Maybe it's a chance to show off the other fight, huh?
Yes.
And yeah, the other thing to note too is gym leaders in this game and a lot of the boss fights have smart AI. So there was once that headbutt happened, if there was no crit from Chimchar, guaranteed death because it would always go for headbutt there
Yeah.
to go for the
And
kill.
you cannot heal enough to get out of it.
Right. Unlike Diamond Pearl, where it's just completely random.
Okay.
Okay, that's the first fight.
We're getting to show both fights. Cool.
All part of the plan.
This fight is also pretty cool.
Yeah, you're actually getting hit this time.
Oh, yes, he missed.
Yeah, man's getting lucky.
I think Onyx is going to miss as well, so I'm going to go for a risky Leer here. Risky play.
Good luck.
Thank you. I'll need it. All right, let's Leer. Oh, let's go.
Oh.
Oh, defense drop. Let's go. Oh, yes. I missed again.
So many 10%.
I think he's going to hit this time, so I'm going to heal. Oh, he missed again. Let's go. So one pretty funny thing is this Onyx normally, or a lot of the time, he uses Screech on you, and this time it's us to put Onyx to -3 defense. Yeah, so sorry about that skill issue, but we're back. We're back in there.
We are so back. Dude.
So lucky.
So this is actually one fight where I don't quite understand the AI. So Rourke has 2 potions, and he normally would use 1 potion for each poke. However, Rourke refused to heal his Grenadals despite being at low health and still having 1 leftover potion.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It's really weird. It might have to do with just like, when did it heal? Was it on the Onyx or the?
Yeah,
Yes.
he healed once on Onyx, but he still has another potion.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if maybe there's like a delay between when you can use another potion or something. But yeah, I've noticed that too. That's Rourke. We did it. Chat. We're excited.
Let's go.
Only took 20 minutes.
It's all good. We're done. We're free. And now you get to see the rest of this cool route.
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, because now we loaded a different save file, this Chimchar is much better besides the special attack part. This Chimchar has way more special defense and HP, which matters a lot on the Pachirisu double fight that will be inside the Eternal Forest. But at the same time, due to the lower special attack, it would only matter for 1 fight and 1 fight only in the Floroma town, which we will get to in about 5 minutes, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're not even Monferno yet. We're still Chimchar. And also, one thing that the old rat didn't have to worry about is there's a trainer in the bottom right here, and we don't want to fight her anymore. So it is possible that she could catch you, which would be really bad. She has 4 Pokemon. Takes over a minute to win.
Oh gosh. And yeah, if you didn't see, we did finally get repels unlocked for beating Rourke. So
Yeah.
you're gonna see a lot of repels throughout the rest of the run.
And this point of the run is also a very interesting part for RNG manip, because this is after this fight you get what's called the fashion case. We don't use the fashion case. We're forced to get it, and it advances RNG a lot for some reason. And for a long time, it was thought to be impossible to keep RNG manip past this point, but it is now possible. But it is a very tricky part of making an RNG manip to get past this point. I know March has a lot of experience with the fashion case.
Yeah, and many hours of modding in front of my computer.
Yeah, he actually wrote a script to brute force the fashion case to find the best windows to go for, which is very helpful. Other than doing everything manually, which we used to do before.
Yeah, I feel like for the longest time, a lot of RNG manip stuff was literally just kind of brute forcing, see if something exists and then seeing if it works in the thing, and then just kind of backtracking your way, or just kind of trying one thing at a time to get like all the outcomes you're trying to get in a row. And since several years ago, we just have a lot more tools in the community to help figure these things out with a lot less stress and effort, which has led to a lot of cool developments like the stuff you're going to see today.
Yep.
Well, to be clear, we are not keeping a manipulation past fashion case this time around.
Yeah. We don't need to in a marathon setting.
And we will still see more RNG manipulation later, though.
Yes,
Just not
2 more
mixed
RNG
in
manips
together.
to do.
And again, reminder,
And
this is a
many
glitch speedrun
glitching.
chat, so
Yeah.
some glitches later too.
Yeah, the glitch starts as soon as you obtain the bike in this game. The glitch is called tweaking. Basically, in this game, the maps are made up of big map blocks, And if you cross some intersections of 4 map blocks very fast and in certain patterns, the game cannot keep up with you and will load the wrong map data, which will let you get to areas that you are not supposed to before.
Yeah.
Or I should say, let you get to area before you are supposed to.
Yeah, it lets you sequence break and do skips. And you can do a lot of skips in this run. It's pretty cool. But you still get all the badges, so you still play the game. Unlike in Diamond and Pearl.
The glitch saves about an hour.
That's the first spinner pass of the run. And it's funny in the old route, that's no longer a spinner because you fight her for experience. It's one of the fights that we skip. So I'm doing what's called spinner setups. Just basically it's precise movement that always gets you to the spinner at a consistent time where they cannot see you if you get past, or if they're looking away. You can always get past them.
Yeah. So the way the spinner works in this game is that as long as it's a regular spinner but not a death spinner, they will always spin on intervals of 16 frames. So just so that running each tile takes 8 frames and walking takes 16 frames. So it's half of what I said for walking and running. So just so that if you do the movement correctly, you should always place yourself at the beginning or the end of a spinner cycle.
Yep. And there's a couple more spinners that we need to pass. It's a lot easier when you get the bike because the bike accelerates a lot faster than you can run, and also doesn't make the spinners look at you. So when you get the bike, it's pretty easy to pass all of them.
And for a long time, so we did not have a good explanation on why death spinners in this game will desync over time, and so that we couldn't make a safe setup for them. So death spinners refers to spinner who won't look into like a certain direction when you run next to them. But some recent research shows that those death spinners are actually walkers that just happen to only have one tile of grid that they can be on. It's quite funny.
Also, I think this game doesn't have any death spinners. It's just in HGSS.
It has one, but it's never involved in speedrun.
Yeah.
There is one in Iron Island.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's normally not involved in speedrunning, but I think some categories actually need to get past them. For example, one of Etch's favorite.
Elite Four Round 2.
Oh, okay. Like, what's my favorite out of it? I hate all of
round
them.
2
No, I'm just
Manipulus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those two Zubat fights, they can be pretty bad. The Zubats have Supersonic, and we also don't really kill the first one even with Blaze.
Yeah, so that second Zubat is actually better with the Chimchar we got at the beginning of this run, because that will be guaranteed in Blaze. However, with Zim Chimchar, it is a 14 and 16 range.
So Mars is coming up.
Yeah, so next Glameow is also only a 15 and 16 chance to die.
Yeah, which we realized earlier.
Yeah.
We didn't know. It's always fun. It's always a fun moment in Pokemon speedrunning when your reaction is like, wait, this can survive? It doesn't happen very often, but
hopefully it doesn't survive this time. No, it didn't.
Let's go. 93% chance to kill it. Alright, and this is one of the trickier spinners to pass. You have to pass them twice because they look left and up and you need to go on those sides. See if I can do it properly. Nice.
Yeah, so as you see there, after Rubentus passing the spinner from the left side, he run one tile to the right and then switch back to walking again. So running in front of next to that spinner forces the spinner to look into the left direction. And due to the way we time the movement, when he looked into the left direction, we have just enough time to get past him from the top without him having the time to spin up to see us.
That's unfortunate. I crit the Zubat, but it didn't kill. I think it probably doesn't kill most of the time.
It's a max.
Yeah.
You need a max roll to kill.
Yeah.
Which is 1 in 256.
Yeah. Getting toxic is also unlucky.
Yeah, so one other interesting thing is like in the old route, you are level 17 on this. Sorry. Oh, yes, you are still level 17. So this Paragly, but on old Chimchar has a plus attack nature. So it was 11 in 16 chance to kill if you crit Rock Smash or Mach Punch from full health. I'm not quite sure what range it will be at this moment.
Yeah.
Maybe just never kill.
Okay, got the defense drop. That's really good. So now we can kill. Paragly does a lot of damage, especially if it crits with fake out. Fake out crit does a lot. So that's one nice thing about Platinum AI is it's a lot more predictable than Diamond and Pearl. So you always get fake out on the first turn from this Paragly, which means you can use that turn as a free healing opportunity instead of flinching.
Yeah, in Diamond and Pearl, sometimes you just have to hope that the AI would pick a dump move.
Yeah.
And give you a free pass.
So the next fight is one of the worst fights. It's
not one of the worst fight. It is the worst fight.
Yes.
So it is the worst fight in this entire run. It's we call it the Pachirisu double. The reason why it's so bad is because first of all, it's a double fight. And your ally is a Chansey who doesn't normally do much. And Pachirisu has Spark, which has a 30% chance to paralyze you when it hit. And the other trainer has a Pokemon called has a Beautifly, which can almost do half your health with one attack. So if you're paralyzed and Beautifly is on the field, it becomes very dangerous. And you can see that Rubentus just swapped the position of Honey and Repel in his bag. And the reason for that is because when you are scrolling inside the bag, it also causes lag, which affects Battle Minute. And in this case, it will affect our catch minute for the upcoming 2 main battlers that we'll be using for the remainder of the run.
Yeah, all the lag stuff is just bizarre.
Yeah.
Because it also doesn't happen on Japanese as much. I'm gonna save for this fight. I almost forgot. I forgotten to save for this so much. Because this fight is insanely dangerous.
It's less dangerous with this Chimchar, but it's still quite bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other Chimchar gets cleanly 2-shot by the Beautifly, but this one has about 90% chance to survive 2 Gusts from Beautifly.
So here it is. The Pachirisu is level 16, which is a lot higher than the other side. Chansey is paralyzed and fully paralyzed.
And you get screenshot.
Tackle
No
miss. So I don't want to get -2 speed. That would be ideal to be able to skip that. And it looks like we can. So this should be a win from here.
Yeah.
I don't want to get poisoned. Okay, good. It didn't target me. Yeah, Chansey is not very helpful. Chansey's getting bodied by paralysis.
So the more tricky part about this fight is like, although the Beautifly one-shot you at low health, you actually want to be low health, so you have Blaze. Without Blaze, you don't one-hit the Beautifly with Ember.
Yeah, and the old route gets Flame Wheel earlier, so it's less of a concern to not have Blaze, but...
Yeah, because with Flame Wheel, you can one-hit Beautifly without Blaze. And in the old route, you also have Flame Wheel for this Psychic double, and now you don't, so you have to Mach Punch the Abra instead of using Flame Wheel, which will only do a bit over half.
And it's also...
So the ideal scenario is that the Chansey and picks the same target as you, so that you kill the first Abra in the first turn, and you get a level up for Flame Wheel, so that you have a guaranteed 2-turn fight.
Yeah.
However, that doesn't always happen.
Mach Punch is also not very effective, which means it's slower to watch the text show up. But thank you, Chansey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chansey is Chansey's a pretty weird Pokemon. It has a lot of defense and HP, but attack and defense are both base 5, which is like the worst of every Pokemon. But Egg Bomb is 100 power, so it does a lot of damage, or it does some damage still. Egg Bomb is such a strange move. I just learned recently that it's 100 base power, which is very high.
But the 75% accuracy is not so high.
Yes.
You didn't grab the Night Ball, by the way.
Oh yeah, it should be fine.
Yeah. You have a bit less leeway for the catch manip, but it's all good.
I won't struggle on another manip, surely.
No way. So the next couple fights will happen in Gardenia's gym, which is the grass type gym leader. And Gardenia is the biggest reason why we choose Chimchar at the beginning, because Chimchar obviously having a type advantage, and also that the Chimchar will only do one more fight after beating Gardenia, so you don't need to worry too much about the other gym leaders that Chimchar might struggle with.
Yeah, and the gym trainers are easy. We win with the fire move. Click the fire move. And yeah, that's a good catch. We switched the Poketch over to the step counter app. And that is to know around where does the 128 step counter that we mentioned earlier, where that will happen, because we need it to happen in a specific spot for the Tentacruel RNG manipulator. I'm actually not sure what the value is supposed to be for this save.
That will be quite interesting.
Yeah. I think this is save still have the X defend and dire hit. I think so.
Yes.
So we need to figure that part out.
Oh, might be a small problem. Oh, I think I know the correct step count. I know the correct step count.
Okay, so it should be fine. We should be able to figure it out later. So not that much longer before we get the bike, which means we can start using the glitch. Actually, we won't do the glitch for a few minutes after getting the bike. Or no, we'll do one immediately and then none for a little bit.
So while you go through this, trainers have to ask, why do you like Electrode so much?
Well, it was after an HGSS speedrun. I went and just messed around a bit, as you do when you're playing a game. and I went and got the trade Voltorb in HGSS. It was called Billy. And after that, I got a shiny Voltorb. So,
Like from that trade?
no, the trade one isn't shiny, but I found a shiny one later.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And I mean, at that point, it's just destiny. I was destined to be with Billy.
Good Pokemon. Good round fellow.
Yep.
Very determined.
I've used Billy to beat HSS in under 4 hours, which is which was fun.
How did that go?
So the next fight is Gardenia. Despite being a grass type gym leader and you having a type advantage, this fight can actually go. It actually has a lot of like. It can varies a lot.
Yeah,
and
a lot of
the
strange
reason for
things can
that is
happen.
because you do not one hit her lead Turtwig unless you crit. And her Turtwig has both Sunny Day and Reflect. You want to see Sunny Day, but it's only 1 in 16 for her to pick Sunny Day. So she picks Reflect most of the time, and Reflect makes you do less damage with a physical move.
Yeah, I think you had a strange Turtwig or Gardenia fight recently, Yachi.
Oh yeah, and Diamond Pearl, but Diamond Pearl's cursed because I missed a 94% or 93 point something percent range, and then it used Reflect, and then it owned me and like lost me a ton of turns, and then I got paralyzed by Roserade, and then I couldn't move out of the paralysis for 3 turns, and then I still PB'd, so that was cool.
Yeah, so if he have gotten the Sunny Day on the first turn, he could one hit both Cherim and Roserade. But he got Reflect, so he has to use more Ember instead.
So, Reflect is still up, so I have to use Leer here to stall out the Reflect. Stun Spore miss. Okay, so I still have my Cherry Berry. If that Stun Spore had hit, it wouldn't have really mattered because I have the berry equipped. And yeah, that's second gym. A lot easier than the first gym with Chimchar.
Yeah, your levels kind of normalized pretty well, despite being super underleveled.
Yes.
For Rorik, you're pretty normal level right about now.
Yeah, and I think we can take a break before the Golduck Manip, if you want.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we can...
let's go ahead and do a quick break, then go ahead and count down, pause whenever it makes sense to do so.
Yeah, I'll exit the gym first.
Okay.
Can listen to the Eterna City music, which I know is a fan favorite. So we can stop in 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Cool. All right, we're going to take a couple breaks today, not just through this run, but also through some of our later runs as well, just to give everyone a chance to stretch, get some water. Given the length of these runs, give you all a chance to do what you got to do. So before we go to the break, I want to make a couple announcements. One is that prize submissions are live for Awesome Games Done Quick 2024. If you are crafty or have a unique gaming prize that you would like to submit, go to gamesdonequick.com for more info. Submissions close January 1st, tomorrow. Oh my gosh, New Year's. You can also go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to learn about our shows and see what's coming up this week. And if you missed out on any of the other Hotfix shows, be sure to check out the VODs over at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. We're going to go to that quick break now, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the GDQ Hotfix. We are in the middle of a Pokemon Platinum Any % glitch speedrun, and we're actually going to see a very cool glitch and a lot more glitches now going forward because we now have the bike. So, Reventus, let's get started.
Here we go.
So, we actually still need to do one more fight before opening the bike, but that's not going to take too long. Or I hope.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take too long. It is a pretty difficult fight. Like, you can die. But I will take a shopping detour to...
Yeah, we'll do a safety shopping for this fight. We'll be buying some healing items and most importantly, a revival herb, which we don't normally grab in a speedrun.
Yeah. And you might be thinking, why did I just go into the Explorer Kit house and get the Explorer Kit? It's because you cannot actually leave Eterna City before you grab the Explorer Kit. It's pretty much forced that you get it. So... that's why we have to do this. I wonder who this guy is. Blue hair. Probably just
He looks like a nice guy, you know?
yeah, I think he's a pretty nice guy.
Yeah.
Normal 27-year-old man.
Probably like a musician or something. So we're gonna buy some items, some safety items. It's really nice that they put the herb shop right here. These items are so useful for speedruns.
Yeah, they are essentially cheaper healing items, which are so helpful.
And we don't care about our Pokemon's friendship, so we will
Damn.
gladly force feed them with horrible tasting medicine. And I wonder who this is too. I haven't seen her before.
Yeah. So the herbs are very useful healing items, but because of their taste, they actually reduce your Pokemon friendship when you use them on the Pokemon. In this speedrun, it doesn't matter too much for us because we don't use any moves that's based on friendship. We also don't obtain any items that has friendship requirement, but if you are in a speedrun that uses moves such as return, it will matter, and you probably don't want to use these herbs on them.
Yeah, so I accidentally used Repel. I'm not sure why I did that. It's pointless. I think,
in case.
I was thinking about healing, but I'm already full HP, so... I think most of the time you're not full HP because of the Cherim or Roserade. But yeah, before we can get out of Eterna City, we have to take care of Team Galactic. Other normal people with blue hair, I think they're just protesting against the government or something. I don't know what they're doing.
They're just styling. They're styling with their blue hair.
So Jupiter is pretty tricky. He leads off with a Zubat. You might think, oh, Zubat, it's not too dangerous, but see how much damage it does.
Yeah, so the dangerous part is mostly that Skuntank uses Night Slash, which is a high critical chance move.
It also has Smoke Screen and Poison Gas, so if things go really bad, you can lose. Let's see, what do we get? Night Slash, don't crit, good. Night Slash again, please. Very nice.
Yeah, get the range.
I'm not too worried, let's see. Nice.
Oh, sorry, it's only a range if you get a Blaze hit on the first one and triggers a Citrus Berry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a guaranteed kill. So now that we helped the bike shop owner rescue his Pokemon, he will thank us by giving one of his bike to us.
Yes, very convenient that this guy was the bike shop owner.
It's so convenient that it sounds like a story.
It might be a story, yeah.
Plotted.
So now it's pretty much time for the glitching to begin.
Yeah. So once we obtain the bike, we'll be catching our next main battler, which is a level 40 Golduck. As you can see, our Monferno is still level 23 at this moment, so there's a 17 level gap, which is huge. And a level 40 Golduck can almost steamroll the next part of the game until we obtain another main battler.
Yeah, it is possible to use Golduck all the way, too, which is one of the easier routes that you can use to beat the game. You can get a pretty good time with just Golduck. So now it's time to break the game.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And now
so
we are on the water.
By forcing the game to load incorrect map data, we can bike onto a tile that was supposed to be water, and when we reload the graphic, and now we place ourselves onto the water without the use of surf. And due to this game having surf logged into pretty late into the game, the Pokemon in the water actually have very high level, which will help us overcome the next part of the game. And in this case, we're looking for a level 40 Golduck.
It's also very convenient that we're just given 10 honey.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm using the wrong offset. I'm an idiot. Oh. I didn't even notice until it started beeping when it shouldn't.
Yeah, honey just forces a random encounter as long as you're able to have a random encounter where you are. So very useful. They get as many as you do in this game. And Darren probably only get one, I think, which is a total scam.
Yes. And we need to use more than one in this speedrun, so...
Yeah.
There it is. Hopefully I can get the catch as well. So the catch is determined at the moment you use the honey. So let's hope that I hit. It's a 3-frame window at 60 FPS. Nice.
Easy as it gets.
And now you're 17 levels higher.
Easy.
So let's talk about this Golduck. So because we will also switch to a different main battler later, we actually don't have a very high stat requirement for the Golduck. The only thing we look for is 18 speed IV, 15 special attack IV, and also a plus special attack nature without reducing our speed. So it's either rash, mild, or modest. The reason why we need 15 special attack IV is because we need it for Fantina, who has a Miss Magius. The Miss Magius has a Citrus Berry, and after Citrus Berry, you need 15 special attack to almost guarantee a kill on the Miss Magius with 2 Water Pulse. And the 18 speed is because of Maylin. Maylin leads with Meditite, so Meditite has Rock Tomb, and you wish to still be able to outspeed both Meditite and Machoke after 2 Rock Tomb, and that's where the requirement for the speed come from.
Yep. So this Golduck doesn't actually have that good stats compared to like another Maniped Pokemon. Like the Chimchar has much better IVs than the Golduck.
Yeah, the Tentacruel also have much better stats.
Yeah, and this Golduck doesn't have the best ability either, but that doesn't matter when we are going to switch main later. Like Cloud9 is a very, very good ability for Platinum speedruns because of one great feature in particular. Which is the fog route. Which we will see when we get there. It can be pretty painful. For now, we have a level 40 Golduck with super effective moves. We're gonna breeze through the next little bit.
Risky.
Very risky.
It's very convenient you're able to get this Golduck when you do, just because it's kind of like typically the last like difficulty spike in early game, or really in the game for a lot of different runs, and you just kind of say no to that with jumping 17 levels higher.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Fantina can own a Prinplup or a Monferno pretty hard.
Yeah, and then you have Rival 3 right after, which is also really brutal, depending on your Pokemon of choice. So it's not great. And now you'll just be totally fine.
We gotta get Fantina back into the gym, so we go into the contest hall. And we'll use this opportunity to deposit the egg that we got earlier, the Togepi egg. Because hatching the egg
because
is
we don't
timeless.
actually need we actually don't need the Togepi, so we don't want the Togepi to hatch, and because hatching takes longer than actually depositing it.
And also, having the egg in the party will affect the Tentacruel Manipulator. So the Manip will actually not work if you have the egg in your party. I'm not sure if it hatches by then.
It's around that time, to be fair.
Yeah. But we say goodbye to the egg.
In fact, there is a world where Togepi can be good. If you have Hostile.
Oh yeah, it affects some out of battle thing, right?
Yeah, so it forces 50% of the encounter to the highest level possible.
Yeah, some abilities have out of battle effects that are pretty strange. Right, but this gym is a bit tricky.
So we actually know what door we need to go through. It's because the door in this gym is based on an RNG that's not affected by the overworld. So as soon as we get the Golduck, we already know what door we will need to enter in this gym.
Yeah. But what we don't know is how to pass the trainers with flashlights. They can pretty easily catch you when you want to run past. And Miss Maggie is coming up. Hopefully we don't get Confuse Ray. It's a 2-hit KO. No confusion. Magical Leap is very good. Let's go. That means Rival 3 will be pretty safe.
Yeah. Well, it will be pretty safe regardless because you still have Heal Powder.
I also still have the Cherry Berry.
Yeah.
So March has actually died to Rival 3 several times, which is insane to me.
With a level 40 Golduck, by the way.
Yeah, losing a fight with a level 40. How many levels advantage? Like 14 levels higher than the opposing Pokemon.
Yeah, well, that's what Stun Spore do to you, and Leech Seed.
So this is that fight. So because of after this fight, there are double battles that we can skip by only having one Pokemon in our party alive. We can sacrifice our other Pokemon on this fight to be able to skip that, which is really nice. So we're going to say goodbye to Starly for now.
So one thing that I haven't mentioned is once we get a bike, since we can place ourselves onto the water, there are actually 2 other level 40 Pokemon that we can obtain quite reasonably, one being Gastrodon, the other being Tentacruel. So Gastrodon is not really a good Pokemon for speedrunning. It's very slow. It also has a 4 times weakness to Grass type. The other choice is Tentacruel. Tentacruel actually does this fight much better. However, it also takes much longer to obtain. So Golduck ends up being the way to go.
Yeah, the route development from the beginning of this category to what we have now is pretty cool. Rimplot became confused. Oh, it didn't hit itself. Yeah, so the first runs used Empoleon and just did some tweaks to skip certain areas. And I don't know if it was even faster than a glitchless run. I think probably after a couple runs it was.
It was just a bit over 3 hours, I think.
Yeah. But now, like, there was a route that caught the same Pokemon twice. You had 2 Tentacruels at the same time. But now we have this route, which is the fastest. And now we're going to do more glitches. Getting this safety ether. Don't really need it, but it's good to have in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, for example, the great feature.
Yes, the great feature can affect your PowerPoints. So I'm gonna save here because the glitches are a bit volatile sometimes. It's difficult to explain, but if you make certain
basically
mistakes,
there's a chance you can soft lock yourself.
Yeah, the game can also crash if certain things happen, so probably a good idea to save. And the save also takes very long in this game.
Especially after you just like use the PC.
Okay, I think that works. Really? Yes. That's first try both. That's really good. The second tweak is super difficult. Okay, I'm gonna do it on this tile.
I don't think that matters.
No. I think you mentioned that it's possible to clip up to the bridge sometimes.
There is a tile that does it. I actually don't remember which one that was.
I'm gonna do it on the same tile every time. And this is one of the coolest tweaks in the run.
Save? Okay, you don't save for this one?
Yeah, I already saved. I'm not gonna save again.
Yeah.
I don't know why everything goes white, but...
So this tweak is important because it allows us to obtain fly early. And by obtaining fly early, we don't need to do a double fight along with Lucas to fight the galactic double trainer. In turn, this also allow us to enter Wake's gym without fighting a rival once again. So it actually saves about, I would like to say, 4 minutes. This tweak along by itself.
Yeah. And those tweaks were all first try, which is insane. Because they are not easy, especially sometimes the game lags more
than the other, yeah. There are some actually random factors that it's not very feasible for us to control during the tweak. And the varied amount of lag is one of them.
And one thing I kind of realized recently is this town or this city has so much money and items on the ground. There's like 100,000 Pokédollars of items on the ground. But this route doesn't need any of it. I picked up the PP up just for safety. We already have TMs that we can sell for money.
If we have a world where Golda can learn Grass Knot, Tentacruel might not even be faster.
Yeah, Grass Knot is a really good move in this game. There are so many heavy Pokemon that you face. So Maylene is a pretty easy fight, mostly, as long as you can avoid getting paralyzed by Lucario.
Yeah, so Lucario has both Force Pump and Drain Punch. Because these two moves have the exact same powers, they are the exact same type, so they can do the same amount of damage. As a result, the AI actually will just pick one of two moves randomly, so they are 50. So Lucario is 50-50 to use either Force Pump or Drain Punch. So Drain Punch is the preferred one, but because Force Pump has a 30% chance to paralyze you. So on a given turn that Lucario can move, you have 15% chance to get paralyzed, which is not ideal.
Yeah, the gym puzzle here is you just have to get some tires out of the way to be able to get all the way to Maylene. And actually, during another marathon run, I found an improvement to the puzzle. It's pretty strange, but when you run continuously into the these bags,
Sandbag?
yeah. You like kick them twice, and if you do a little stop, just stop for a second, or not even a second, just a split second. You only kick it once, and you save like 3 seconds. Like I made a movement mess up, and I realized, wait, this is faster. Should do this.
I thought you were going to YOLO that spinner for a second.
Yeah, I think I blinked, and that triggered my reflex to walk up one. It can be pretty annoying to just stand there for a long time without the spinner doing anything.
Yeah.
So that guy has a Heracross, so it's not the worst to hit, but we don't want to waste time by doing that. So we have the X special here. Oh, that's not where the X special is.
Wait, did you use the X attack?
I used Dire Hit.
Oh. Yeah.
Maybe I can crit now.
I wish the crit matters.
Yeah, so actually I got down to -3. So I think I'll have to heal for the Machoke. In fact, I'll heal now because I could die to a crit from Lucario. And I don't have anything else alive, so dying would be really, really bad. Yep.
There it is.
Machoke does around 21, so I will heal again.
Yeah. So, in a perfect scenario, you actually want Golduck to stay on low health. And the reason is that in a later fight, you want the Tentacruel to one-hit the Golduck with Surf. So that the Golduck does not split experience from your Tentacruel.
Karate Chop is also a high crit rate move, so
Yeah. So, at this house, Golduck should die comfortably to Tentacle Surf.
yes.
So when Golduck split your EXP, it only actually split like about 300, I think. I'm not quite sure how many that was, but that couple hundred of EXP is actually crucial because that will decide when you use a rare candy to level up your Tentacruel. In turn, it will make you level up at different times, and it will matter a lot for Volkner, the most scary gym leader out of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Volkner's ace is Electivire. If Golduck split your experience, you will not get the level up for Electivire. Otherwise, you would, and will improve the chance for you to kill the Electivire.
I'm also going to save here because the next tweak actually like puts your game in a really weird position where it will crash if anything weird happens. So this is known as what's called a cascade tweak, which means it changes your Y height. Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Okay.
That's why we save? I was too fast there.
Yeah, so because you actually, after performing this cascade tweak, without getting too much into technical details, if you open back or hit a trainer, which will cause a graphic transition, your game will actually crash. In order to continue to play the game, you actually need to save the game after you perform the tweak and reset your game, which is what we'll do here. Is your step count good? You
I
check?
think it is, yeah.
Okay. So this manip, the manip that we're about to do is one of the hardest manip on DS games. We will manipulate a level 50 Tentacruel to appear. This Tentacruel had very good stats. It also comes with Poison Barb, which is only a 5% chance. This seed can be hit in the morning, which is important as well because we need to obtain Tri-Specs in the morning.
And it has Clear Body, which is the best ability. So here we go. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
I forgot to wear off the repel, so I have to do that as well.
You have to race save, yes.
Yep.
So this manipulation requires you to do 2 tweaks perfectly. The first one is buffered and the second one is timed. The reason for that is because when you get onto the sand, every time you take a step on the sand, it creates a certain amount of lag frame. So in order for the catch manip for Tentacruel to be consistent, you need to always take the same amount of sand. You also need to always stay on one side of the load line for the same amount of times. That's why the tweaks need to be timed as well.
Yeah, you have to time a bunch of inputs and also do a glitch and hard movement while keeping all this in mind. So hopefully I can do it. And you also need to catch the Tentacruel, which is a 4-frame window at 60 FPS. Oh, this is probably 1 frame early.
Oh, you didn't exit the sand early?
No, that's true. But I think I'll get a Wing Gull here. Or a Tentacruel. Or a Pelipper. Okay,
Pelipper.
Baby Step Counter is not okay.
What was your step count when you resaved?
It was 45-17. Show me Tentacruel, please.
Please.
Yes.
Let's go.
Now I need to catch it in one netball. Come on. Please. Yes.
Yes.
Huge.
Good stuff. So I think I was just off on the seed, and
Yeah. So this Tentacruel is level 50. You might wonder why would you obtain a completely new Pokemon when it's only 9 level higher? The bigger reason is actually because the Tentacruel has a secondary typing, which also comes with a secondary step, Poison Jab, and Poison Jab is very helpful against grass type Pokemon and your fellow water types.
Yeah.
So it overall saves a lot of time.
It's a very good coverage option, and it also is a mixed attacker, so you have both physical and special moves.
I like when you leave the area and the guy's like, well, you can't get in there, and kicks you out,
Yes.
even though you were already in there.
So there is actually a tweak that will let you exit that route without the guy seeing you. So it's faster to do that tweak, but it's very risky. You must be Tau perfect to not have a chance to have to get an encounter, which is why we don't normally do it.
And now it's time for the great feature.
Yep, the fog is deep.
So fog is a pretty weird weather condition in terms of there's nothing that you can do to create fog. And it only occurs naturally. So oh, that was too early. Yeah, this tweak is pretty tricky. You have to wind up. Oh,
Ooh. Did a little dance.
little dance.
Yeah.
Okay, we made it. We made it through the grass. That's all that matters.
So the in Fox, everyone's every move's accuracy is applied with a 0.6 multiplier.
Yeah, so I have a 60% chance to hit this water pulse, and I always miss. This first Pokemon is the biggest troll ever because it only has moves that bypass the accuracy check. So Aerial Ace always hits, Shockwave always hits.
Swift also always hit.
Yep. And I have historically been really unlucky with the fog round.
Yeah, Light Screen is also really bad because now you have to use Poison Jab instead of Water Pulse, and Poison Jab PP is very valuable.
Yeah. And you don't want to miss on Grotle either because it has Curse. Okay, good, I hit. If it curses twice, you don't really kill it with one Poison Jab, so you have to use even more PP. Even more chances to miss.
All things considered, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. There's also optional trainers in the fog, so if you hit one of those, you're screwed. Especially the last guy. The last guy is like really hard to beat. Okay, this is going well, actually. So you have a 60%.
So soon.
Yeah, you have a 60% chance to hit, and over a lot of runs and a lot of dead runs through the fog route, I have hit 51% of the time. So I'm getting extremely unlucky historically with this part. And this Hoot Hoot is also really annoying because it has Reflect if you miss.
Yeah, both Hoot Hoot and both Hoot Hoot and what is the name of the other Pokemon? I can't
Noctowl.
think of it on the top. Yes, Noctowl have Reflect, so you want to use Poison Jab against Noctowl, but if it uses Reflect, Poison Jab no longer one hit KO.
I'm gonna go for a risky
and
move here.
sometimes you have to go for Hydro Pump.
Okay, I'm gonna go for one more Hydro Pump. Okay.
Did you get Reflect? Didn't you get Air Slash Miss?
And then Reflect on the second miss.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't pay attention to that part.
So
Hydro Pump was actually a range to kill. So you are not guaranteed to kill it even if you hit the Hydro Pump.
okay, got past the veteran. Yeah, you need to go through the fog in order to get to this town where you meet Cyrus again. And yeah, getting defog is really slow. It's inside Salacion Ruins instead of being more accessible. We got through the fog pretty reasonably, so Hydro Pump PP is also actually pretty bad, but I got the PP up for this reason, so I can afford missing another Hydro Pump.
The one funny part is that Golbat. So that Golbat, when you are at level 52, so your Water Pulse is actually a range to kill that Golbat. But the chance to kill that Golbat with Water Pulse is lower than 80%, so you opt to use Hydro Pump instead. However, if you're at level 53, Water Pulse is still a range, but it becomes a much higher chance to kill than the Hydro Pump.
Yep.
So it's a weird situation, but if you are tied on Hydro Pump PP, you can definitely choose to use Water Pulse.
Yeah, Hydro Pump is only has 5 PP, which is very, very bad. You need to hit 4?
3.
3? Yeah.
3, yes. So you need to hit 2 Golbats and 1 Quagsire.
Now we hear the Cyrus OST.
Banger alert.
And this Sneasel is arranged to die. It's 13 and 16. If you miss it, he heals to full again. Okay, we got it this time. And now Hydro Pump.
Another Hydro Pump. Missing this Golbat is really bad because it has Confuse Ray.
Yeah, I've died here before. Which is pretty funny.
Yeah, but Murkrow is not a big concern. It always dies to Poison Jab.
That was a pretty good fog route, all things considered.
Yeah. So here is where I mentioned that it is important to hit a Tentacruel seed in the morning because we need choice specs for Tentacruel. The overall idea of this route, or the later part of this route, is just to use choice specs and surf and spam surf on every Pokemon. And you can only obtain choice specs when it's morning in the selected town.
Yeah, and choice specs are the only choice item that you can get. So having a special attacker in these games is the way to go.
Yeah, you are actually quite lucky that none of the Pokemon, the Pokemon that could have dry skin, didn't have dry skin.
Yes.
Or Storm Drain for that matters.
So I'm going to use the PP up on Hydro Pump just in case.
I would say it's not worth it. Like, because you can go to +1 on special and water pulse Quagsire.
Having a little bit of technical difficulties. We're gonna go get the stream back in just a moment. Yeah. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Hello and welcome back everybody to the GDQ Hotfix. Sorry for the impromptu break. Had a little bit of an internet moment, but everything's good now. So we're going to get back into the run. Rubentus, why don't you go ahead and count us back down so we can get started again?
Right. 3, 2, 1, go. So we just got the choice specs. They are an amazing item. Like, it's so incredibly good. Increasing your move power by 1.5 is just so good.
Well, increasing your special attack by 1.5.
Yeah.
So although it lock you into one move, but Surf is a very powerful move that it's worth being locked into. On the other hand, so you can see Rubentus just did a tweak glitch that we mentioned before on the bottom of the town. What it did is it deloaded the collision model of your rival so that you can enter this gym. This is also related to the fly tweak that we did before Meilin. If you did not perform the fly tweak and instead you obtain fly normally, you will actually have to fight your rival before entering this gym, even if you did a tweak. So, nice time save there.
Yeah.
The fight itself is about like 2 minutes, I want to say. So, being able to skip through that fight is definitely helpful. Actually, that's not 2 minutes, probably a bit over 1 minute. About 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, and skipping that makes the cutscene that plays afterwards glitch out and it looks very funny. So watch out for that.
So the order you do this current tuber fight and the sailor fight generally doesn't matter, because you would one-shot them regardless. But it is actually 1 frame faster to do the speed barrel fight first.
Yeah, that's funny.
Due to the movement. So congrats on making a mistake in front of everyone.
Yeah, I lost a frame.
Huge mistake. How will you atone?
I'll try to make it back by bonking into trainers to skip the turn frame.
By just mashing one text box faster.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so
By the way,
now
chat,
it's
if anyone has any
Azumarill.
questions, feel free to ask. Good.
So now it's Azumarill. So Azumarill is one of the reasons that we need a Poison Barb from this Tentacle. So with Poison Barb, it is a 13 in 16 range to kill Azumarill, and without Poison Barb, you never kill.
Yeah, the Poison Barb increases, it's like Mystic Water, but poison type.
Yeah, increase your poison moves power by 20%. Actually, did you want to ask a question? I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, I was just saying, if anyone in chat has questions, feel free to ask. These two are very knowledgeable and can answer whatever you're thinking about, or if anything you want more explanation on, feel free to ask.
Yeah, we've been focusing on this run in particular for a long time. So we know the ins and outs.
Almost.
This Wingull, you can use either Poison Jab or Water Pulse, depending on your PP situation. Fog Out went pretty well for me, so I can just Poison Jab. Because Poison Jab is a neutral effectiveness, it doesn't show up, like, there's no other text box that shows up that says, oh, it was not very effective or super effective, so that's the fastest way to take the Wingull down.
Yeah, Poison Jab itself is also 1 frame faster because it has less characters.
Also true. Yeah, so if you were using only the Golduck, this fight would be a little bit slower. Tentacruel has the edge here.
Well, Tentacruel has the edge over this entire course of the gym.
Yes. And this fight is actually amazing how well it works out with this Tentacruel and Wake. Because this Gyarados has Intimidate, which normally would lower your attack. You want to use a physical attack. But you have Clear Body, so your attack is not lowered. Don't use the X Defend. You're not supposed to have that. And you also need the Poison Barb to kill this with Poison Jab at +1, so it's so good. And yes, this is the last main. Okay, hit Hydro Pump also.
So it is actually very important to hit this Hydro Pump on Quagsire. And the reason for that is Quagsire has Young, and Young puts you to sleep if you don't hit the Hydro Pump. However, it's not guaranteed to use it. I think it's around 50-50 between Mudshot and Young. So you are not always fucked if you miss a Hydro Pump.
So the difficult fights that remain now is Volkner. Volkner can go tragically.
Yeah, so Volkner is the most dangerous fight by a mile for the remainder of the run. And it is because two of his Pokemon is arranged.
Goodbye, Barry. Wait, who are we talking to? This cutscene is so funny. And Barry comes back. There's Barry, and there's Barry behind the board. Beautiful. So now we're gonna go flag Sunny Shore. Like, we want to fly back to Sunny Shore later. We can't fly there right now, so we have to do some more tweaking.
Yeah, so since we are opening the menu here, we will just use Repel. We will equip the Tri-Specs and teach Surf. We will also be using a PP up on the Surf since we will be spamming it a lot.
Goodbye, Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump was good this run. Only missed once in the fog. So.
Yeah, that's nothing to complain about. So the reason why we did not flag Sunny Shore immediately after catching Tentacruel, despite we were closer to there, is because we did not have the access to Surf. And without Surf, you can only flag Sunny Shore, but you cannot come back from Sunny Shore without fighting a trainer.
And also, if you enter the town, like, there is a different tweak setup to enter the town way higher up. But if you do that and you haven't entered the town on this tile, the game will crash. Which is something, if you're a new runner and doing that, you have to be aware of that. I crashed the game there, I think once or twice.
Oh, interestingly, if you do the glitch if you do like the old glitches in BDSP and enter the town from the top, it also crashes, I think.
That's funny. I didn't notice the major blackout. I'm sorry, random guy. So we just got past that spinner. The setup for him is pretty tricky. You have to do a lot of precise movement. Also, on the stairs, there was like another trainer that was looking away. She actually only sees one tile, so you want to be on the lower tile in order to not get seen if she decides to look down.
Yeah, the movement can definitely be a little tricky on the bike. So now that we have Surf and Trispecs, we are steamrolling through a majority of this game.
Yep.
They all just fall to a Surf. Besides a selected few Pokemon.
There is a different route you can do where you do late fog. So you go through the fog later, and you use Hydro Pump for this fight, which is very
so you have
risky.
to hit 3 Hydro Pump in a row.
If you miss one Hydro Pump, your run is over.
Well, not exactly over, but your PP is bad. You will lose more turns later.
I'm gonna max repel here for reasons that will be obvious later. It's one of the things that I like to do. So one of the reasons the glitches save so much time in this run is because you're doing things in a more appropriate order. Like you weren't supposed to be able to go to Saturn earlier. Like there was supposed to be some like cameramen blocking your way. But we can tweak to deload those. That's how we were able to get into Lake Acuity early. No, Lake Valor. We don't go to Lake Acuity. We don't care about that. Oh no, fake out on Tentacruel.
That's quite bad. Luckily, because of the clear body, Mod Bomb from Trogon cannot lower our accuracy.
Yeah.
Or it could be disastrous.
Yeah, clear body is so good. I guess you really should water pulse the Glameow. Then Tentacruel, then Golduck gets XP. I'm not sure if that's enough actually to mess up the candy route. For this, specifically that scenario where you get fake out on Tentacruel.
Oh, by the way, I think that Glameow actually can leave water pulse from Golduck.
Interesting.
Yeah, I remember I looked into it, but didn't end up doing it. Probably that was why.
Maybe you need 31 and a special attack on Golduck. Which would not be worth going for. So this is Mars 2. Pretty standard fight. You just surf, but the Purugly has fake out again.
Yeah. It also has a small chance to not use fake out.
Yeah. I don't know why it doesn't use fake out sometimes, but probably gonna use it here. No, okay, let's go.
What?
Saved a turn over expected outcome. Saved back the turn we lost from the earlier fake out.
So rumor says it's 1 in 16 to not get fake out, but I'm not quite sure about it.
Yeah, we don't know that much about the AI, or we don't know exact information about the AI. We can only speculate as of now.
Hopefully that will change at some point.
Hopefully. So now we're gonna do what Cynthia asked us to do, was to go to Kanalave City.
Are you picking up this candy?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a funny development behind the picking up of this candy.
Yep.
So this candy is actually slower than the snow candy, and we only pick up one of the two candy. And I gaslit him into thinking this one is faster, but it's actually 2 seconds slower than the snow candy.
Yep. And that's why I repelled on the strange tile earlier, so it wears off right as you get past the sailor. Just makes it easier to get past without having to do a tricky run to bike. Yeah, the AI is random in Diamond and Pearl, but in Platinum it is not random.
Yeah.
Diamond and Pearl is weird like that.
And specifically in Diamond and Pearl, it's all the single battles that have random AI.
Yes, double battles are not, for some reason.
Yeah, the double battles are weird because they're like smart AI, but also still not like that smart. They still act weirdly sometimes. Can definitely tell it's not nearly as refined as it is in Platinum, where AI is much more in line with like how Gen 3 AI works in terms of like smart AI.
It's also just bizarre because the smart AI is actually in the game, but they are just not ever used.
Right, yeah.
And now Tentacle gets its full moveset. We learn Ring Out at level 55. Another good coverage move. So our coverage ends with Water Pulse, or Water, Poison, and Normal type. Okay, make sure not to use the X Defend again.
So I want to talk specifically about this last X special that you used. So you have the chance to only use one X special on this fight. It will be a 2-hit on Empoleon, but you will still one-hit the Roserade. The thing is that if you use 2 Surf on Empoleon, you will have to Water Pulse Scizor in Byron's Gym, and it is a range. So on the top end, it's faster to only use one X special and hope you crit, or don't miss a range. But on average, it is better to use 2 X special. And to answer the question about the AI, Platinum AI is pretty similar to HCSS, if not the same. I don't think we observe any significant difference. So they could be the same.
Yeah, they're pretty similar. Or yeah, there are some trainers that have specific AI. I forgot which ones those are. Or maybe that was for another game. I don't know.
Doing the slower version of the gym setup.
Yeah, everything gets one shot in this gym, but The funny thing is, the hardest fight to one-shot everything on is not actually the gym leader. It's the last trainer before the gym leader.
Sorry to interrupt. What was the question?
I was just gonna ask. So 90% in this run, about 3 hours. What's world record right now? What's your world record?
It's 2:38.06.
Yeah, and Diamond Pearl world record for 90% is way lower. It's like 56 something right now.
Yeah,
and then
56.
51.
You all just know every digit. Oh my gosh. And then of course BDSP has like 10 minutes or something. So and they're all BDSP is kind of its own thing. But what did they change from Diamond Pearl to this that you can't, even though you can still tweak, you can't just break the game in an hour?
So basically what happened is in Diamond and Pearl, you can enter a zone called the Void. The Void are basically the out of bounds part of the game map. But in this game, they added a collision model to the Void, so you can no longer freely travel in the Void. Instead, you will get stuck.
Yeah, so you can't just go straight to the Hall of Fame. So
Right,
instead,
yeah.
we just skip specific parts of the game.
Yeah, I know they added a bunch of like hidden, like invisible walls and stuff, even
Yeah.
in in all the maps and stuff. So there's no way to just do what you do in Diamond Pearl, which is just go straight to the Hall of Fame. So I think this run's really unique. Al was mentioning in the chat too, but this is like an 90% glitch run that still gets all 8 badges. Is super unique. Might be the only one I can really think of, except for like the 90% runs that are basically just 90%. Like Let's Go technically has a glitch run that
Yeah.
gets all 8 badges, but the glitches are much more minor than
I think you
tweaking
also
and
get
deloading things.
I think you also get all badges in Ruby Sapphire 90%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that route was conceived after this one. That's a pretty recent development.
Right. Because the old one was like super minor glitch, right?
Well, it was just a rare candy dupe.
Right.
But,
And now there's actual, yeah.
And it was only done on
well,
Japanese.
You still dupe rare candy, but you also use the map glitch to obtain a high-level tentacle.
Yeah, so it's actually very similar to Platinum.
Interesting.
You also get onto the water using map corruption to catch Tentacle or Tentacruel. So that last trainer with the bronze ores is actually tougher to kill than Byron himself.
I think I should also mention that you don't actually have to fight Mei Lin in any person of this game, because there's a different route that uses Abra to teleport around the map instead of using a Starly to fly.
Yeah, so with that route, you don't even go to the Melian's gym to fight her.
Yeah, so the two routes on average are about the same speed. Abra has like the top end, but it's also more volatile because you have to pass more spinners.
Yeah, and there you have to do a lot more
obviously,
movement.
Abra being harder to catch.
Byron is Rorik's dad, actually. So maybe Rorik told Byron about the antics we used to beat him earlier. But he couldn't take revenge. We actually just used Water Pulse to beat Byron instead of Surf, our more powerful move. And the reason for that is we have the PP left over. Like, we want to optimize how many Surfs we use because Surf has less characters than Water Pulse. And using Water Pulse on Byron is the best way to do that.
On the topic of like glitch run stuff, there's actually been a ton of developments for a lot of glitch runs recently, huh? In Pokemon, like obviously the big ones, like probably Fire Leaf Green.
Yeah.
Suddenly getting an actual any percent glitched run where it just didn't have one for the longest time.
Yeah.
Developments to this route, a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I think that route is mostly developed by Lucky Typhlosion. And his main motive is so that every game from Gen 1 to 4 has a faster glitch route than glitchless route. It's quite interesting.
Well, mission accomplished, right?
Yeah.
Super cool.
He was also able to bypass the ASLR stuff with the glitch. So it's unlike Emerald. It's not like only a 1 in 32 to work.
Mhm.
It's a guaranteed glitch to work.
That's really nice. Yeah. For those who don't know, Emerald, the way the 90% works is basically you do some funny stuff, and at the end of the run, you have to hatch a bad egg that like teleports you to the Hall of Fame, but it's like 1 in 32 to work. So it's kind of miserable if you actually want to like grind out a really top tier time. But it is very funny. But yeah, March is saying that's not an issue for Red Leaf Green.
Yeah, but it has its own problem. Like you have to catch an Abra without manip. Not exactly the best experience ever.
Yeah, it's not fun.
So now it's time to head towards the snow, and I just took some extra steps, so I think my repel is going to wear out early. No, I think it's fine. I think I only wasted 2.
Yeah, Minnow in chat mentioning that the glitch run thing is not a case for Gen 5 or Gen 6, and not Gen 7 until like a year and a half ago or something. I don't remember exactly. But yeah,
is Gen
basically
7
after
talking
Gen
about
4.
the Let's
Sorry,
Go
go.
games? Is Gen 7 the Let's Go games? that
Yeah,
have
Let's
the
Go
glitch?
counts Gen 7, so yeah, that's what I was referring to. But yeah, the basically after how badly tweaking broke this game, Game Freak kind of said enough and took like story flag handling way more seriously Gen 5 onward.
Yeah.
Basically just making it so like, even if you could glitch somewhere where you're not supposed to go, there's no like way to skip the things they want you to do. So even if you could find some good glitches, they might not actually be speedrun relevant, because those games do have glitches, but none of them are really like major or useful in a speedrun. And then that'll kind of, Let's Go has a minor glitch that people found out later, and it's hard to describe if you really want to even call it a glitch. I showcased that for a Let's Go run on Hotfix a couple weeks ago, and then yeah, that all kind of went out the window with BDSP, which was super glitchy.
So Battle Facility is not actually included in this run. But there is a Gen 4 category that, actually two runs that include Battle Facilities.
Yeah, and they are crazy.
Yeah.
One of them is All Gold Friends, and the other one is 4 Trainer Star. Was that right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. There's also Silver Prince, I think. Yeah, Tucker's gonna run of that, I think.
Oh yes. So after the Hill House, Juventus actually went through the grass without the repel. It is about 40% to get an encounter there. But it is faster to risk for getting an encounter than using a repel on average. That's why it's skipped.
Yeah.
So if you actually get an encounter, it's about 5 seconds slower. But using a repel itself costs about 10 seconds. Well, not the action itself, but it will also change how you use your items later. So in total, it costs about 10 seconds.
Yeah. And we just got level 57. You can see how close that is. And we really need that XP. So I can candy, like, basically that means I can combine a menu where I repel and candy, and that'll make me have to, or able to repel later. Or I need a repel for later, and that'll allow me to combine the menu, basically.
So earlier we also mentioned that we want Golduck to stay on low health, so it died to the surf from Tentacruel. And if Golduck did not die to one surf, we actually wouldn't have gotten the level up from there. And we have to candy one fight later. So if we candy one fight later, as we talked, we won't get the level 61 for Electivire, and the fight becomes a bit more risky. But we are set for this run. This fight will also be the first fight we use Ring Out.
Yeah.
Without Ring Out, we will not be able to one-shot the Seeking, but Ring Out is normal type, so it helps quite a bit.
And it's special, so boosted by choice specs.
So it's boosted by specs.
And yeah, that is true. There is an ability that raises evasiveness in Hail, that is Snow Cloak, and the next gym leader, Candace, has a Frost Lass with Snow Cloak. But the way it works out is the trainers send out Pokemon in a certain order, depending on what Pokemon you use. Basically, they look at their moves and how much damage they do, and send Pokemon out in a certain order. And because of the Tentacruel stats, Frostlass gets sent out before Abomasnow, which crucially is the one that actually sets up Hail in battle. So we actually Snowcloak does not trigger.
Don't worry about Snowcloak.
Yeah, it's so good. For Golduck, the Frostlass comes out last or later than Abomasnow.
Yeah, but Cloud9 ignores.
But Cloud9 ignores it, so that's why Cloud9 is God ability.
It also, in general, just prevent like receiving damage, which is also very fast.
Wait, so how does Cloud9 work for the Snow Cloak thing? Is it just, does it stop the hail from happening in the first place, or is it like
so
it ignores seeing that?
The hail will happen, but it does not cause any actual effect until Golduck is out, like, or Cloud9 holder is out.
Gotcha. So even though the ability is like on the other Pokemon, it still says no. It doesn't. No effect.
It doesn't activate. Also, like, it will say that the hail continues to fall or something like that, but no Pokemon will receive damage from the hail.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it actually matters a lot if you are running solo Golduck route. First of all, it makes it so that you can never miss in the fog. Second of all, it ignores Snow Cloak and ignores the snow damage. And the third is that in the final rival fight, you gave Rapidash a chance to use Sunny Day, and Cloud9 also ignores Sunny Day, so Surf does the regular damage.
And you also ignore getting damaged by Sandstorm on Bertha.
Yes.
Jeez.
So Cloud9 is amazing.
You use Golduck for Manipulus, right?
Yeah,
yes.
but we don't talk about that category because it's it's very bad. Just use Manip.
It is very hard category.
Basically, the idea is you just you try to get the same Golduck that we got earlier in Eterna City or outside Eterna, but you cannot manip it, so you just have to pray that you get a good one.
Hope for the best. So I think it is actually better to accept a worse Golduck, but you should hatch Togepi and hope it has Hustle, so you can get a level 50 Tentacruel.
Yeah. So if you want to run this game, please learn how to do RNG Manip. We can help you in the DS Discord.
Or at least don't start with glitched, probably. is maybe a little bit better.
You start with DP any percent. Very good category.
Best category. Now you have 7 badges.
Yep.
Unironically, I think the fastest way Manipulus is actually play glitchless Manipulus until you beat Maylin, and then hope you get a hostile Togepi, so you can catch a high level Tentacruel. It is very hard.
So this is why we flagged Sunyshore earlier. Now we can fly directly there, and we can do a surf tweak. So we can do a tweak while we are surfing on the water.
Yeah, so Flint actually stops you in front of Wagner's gym. You can go into the lighthouse and talk to Wagner so that Wagner returns to the gym, and Flint will just go away after a short dialogue. But it is faster to tweak him off the map in this way.
There we are. So we're not skipping much. We're not skipping much there. Like we just needed to go to the lighthouse and get him back, but we can just tweak instead.
Yeah, Twig is slightly faster.
Did you explain like the difference between like why a bike tweak acts differently from like a run/surf tweak?
Oh, so the effect of the tweak is largely dependent on the speed where you cross the load line and the pattern. So obviously bike is much faster. The slow bike is, so when you are running or surfing, your speed is the same in Platinum. It's about 4 frames per tile. Slow bike is 3 frames per tile, and the fast bike can range from 6 frames to 2 frames per tile, so it's very fast.
Yeah, I'm pausing. Okay. Yeah, right.
All right, looks like the stream cut for a second, but it looks like it's back now. So there you go. Cool.
So there are only only one type of tweak that actually works when you are running or surfing, and it's the deload tweak. Deload tweak actually works a bit differently in Sinogame and HCSS. In Heart Gold Soul Silver, the deload tweak not only deloads the collision model, it also seems to just remove the trainer vision. However, in this game, they only remove the collision. So for example, if you deload a trainer, but you go in front of him, he will still see you in this game, unlike HESS.
Yeah. So that's why the flight tweak makes you go underground and requires you to save and reset. Because your game would crash.
And it's also part of the reason why we can't skip Oscar, another trainer on the water.
Yeah. So I personally think it's really interesting that obviously Game Freak knew about tweaking because they patched the Void. So they knew that tweaking existed from Diamond and Pearl, but they just couldn't fix it properly. Even in HCSS, tweaking is still very prominent.
Yeah, obviously this is all solved for Gen 5. I imagine it's a combination of like they just didn't have time to completely redo the way the maps are loaded to like fully get rid of it easily, which they obviously did for Gen 5.
Yeah,
but
it must have been a really crucial part of the map process that allowed for tweaking. They would have had to redesign it completely to patch it.
Risking it all.
Yeah, I might risk it all, to be honest.
Do you have any? You have Pokemon Live.
Yes, I have a Revival Herb as well, so I can.
It's not too bad.
I can play risky on Volkner.
Yeah, so there are 2 Pokemon that are ranges on Volkner. He's lead Jolteon and his ace Electivire. Jolteon is 13 and 16, and Electivire is 15 and 16 in this scenario since we have the early candy threat. Missing Jolteon is generally not too bad. It has Charge Beam and Thunder Wave. Charge Beam does not do a lot of damage, and Thunder Wave, obviously, you just heal it off. But missing Electivire is probably a death. It has Thunder Punch, which can do upwards of 140 damage.
Yeah.
144, I think.
146.
Okay. You win. Can do up to 146, so.
And yeah, you're not going to be at full HP if you set up on Jolteon, so you don't have a fully safe path to victory on Volkner.
Unless you act special.
Yeah, but that's time loss.
Yeah. We normally just go for these ranges. They're not too bad. Because missing Jolteon is not the end of the world. And you can, if you miss the Jolteon range, you can use act special on the turn the Jolteon heals.
Yeah, then you don't have to worry about Electivire killing you. So this is hopefully the last trainer before Volkner. We do have a spinner to pass. We have to pass him twice. So if I can do that correctly. Yeah, Charge Beam does up to 48, but Thunder Punch does 100 more.
Yeah, so also that this Tentacruel is mild nature, so it has less defense than a different nature would have given to you.
Right, got
And
past.
the reason why having so Cynthia is actually the reason why having mild nature is very important. Because his lead has Psychic. If you have a nature that reduces special defense instead of defense, it will comfortably 3-shot you. But with this Tentacruel, you only die if it rolls the max roll 3 times in a row, which can happen, but I don't think I'll see it in my lifetime.
1 in 65,000. But it can still crit you, I guess.
No, it's 1 in 4,096.
Oh, yeah. You're more likely to get crit on the wrong turn.
Yeah.
So we got the Jolteon range, that's good. And now we crucially get this level up after the Luxray here.
This one level actually doesn't improve by a lot. It changed the range from 14 and 16 to 15 and 16, but it is an improvement nonetheless.
Yeah, you want to have the best chance possible. So it's we gotta hit this or we die. Okay, crit,
Nice.
better.
Crit.
Let's go. So now we have all 8 badges. And we're also done with glitches as well, so now it's just taking Tentacruel to become the champion.
So for reference, any percent glitchless is like you're like 50 minutes ahead of them or something like that. Does that sound right?
So generally speaking, a good run of any person is just an hour faster than glitchless.
Right.
Hello, Flint.
And a big part of the reason is that you skip the entirety of the Mount Coronet section and the Galactic Building section.
Yeah, no distortion world is super nice. Big time save. And also just cutting out a boring part of the run is always nice.
I think Distortion World is not so boring for the runner, but it's probably very boring for viewer.
Thank you, Jasmine, for Waterfall.
Our Gold Soul Silver reference.
Wait, no, you don't heal here. Getting my menus mixed up. Waterfall and Rock Climb.
Maybe you are just healing for Sucker Punch crit.
Yes, maybe. Rock Climb. Come on, man. So this should be the last time we use Poison Jab? No, we used Poison Jab once in Victory Road. Yeah, it's pretty amazing how the coverage works out. It's really only the Blissey that's the problem. You have to switch your move, so you have to switch out to reset the move you can use.
Blissey is so annoying for multiple Pokemon in this run. For those that don't know, Blissey is just a Giga defense tank.
Also
or
take a year
Giga
to
special
kill.
defense tank. Yeah.
Due to the HP, takes a year to kill.
Yeah, that too. Classic Blissey HP meme.
I don't actually know
Thankfully, you
how
only
long
need to-
exactly it takes.
Yeah, thankfully you only need to kill one Blissey in the entire run.
Yeah.
I know the timing for Snorlax and HGSS on red. It's 14 seconds. Spent
Well, it's less
waiting.
HP than that, so it's probably around 10, right? Something like that.
Yeah, let's count it. Blissey is the next trainer.
I'm ready.
So there is actually a benefit of Rubentus getting Woodhammer earlier. So now he's at a lower HP, so he's guaranteed to receive discharge from Magnezone on the switch instead of getting a Thunder Wave, which will waste another turn. Will you play for Power with Myths?
I think I'm gonna heal for that.
I mean, then you should have healed on the last menu to prevent the Sucker Punch crit.
That won't happen. Come on.
Yeah.
Won't happen again.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to
How
check
many
the
seconds
start.
is this? It's like 57 on your timer,
Okay.
so yeah, pretty much 10 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, 10, 11-ish.
Jeez Louise.
So now we have to switch out to be able to pick a different move because Poison Jab wouldn't do a lot to Magnezone.
We'll do none to Magnezone.
It would do between 0 and 0 damage, I think.
Yeah.
If you're using Golduck, you'd teach Waterfall and use that on Blissey. But you have the same issue because you're using Toy Specs.
Yeah, if Waterfall does enough damage, you would actually teach it to Tentacruel instead of Waterfalls. But Waterfall, unfortunately, is not strong enough to kill Magnezone and Glalie,
No.
so we have to switch there.
As I say, you shouldn't be too afraid of Power Whip because it's only 85% to hit, right? And you dodged like 8 rock throws, which are 90% during Roark, so I think
Yeah,
you'll be
maybe
okay.
we should manip that fight, March. What do you think?
Yeah, could save a very valuable healing item.
Oh, nice. Clean. You really want to avoid pushing boulders unnecessarily. It like completely stops you, robs you of all your momentum. So that was good. So actually there is a rare candy that's like 2 seconds out of the way here, but we don't need it anymore. So
Not 2 seconds less.
yeah. Like 1 second out of the way. Tentacruel is... We still have a like 14 level advantage over this poke, for example. And we only use 4 rare candies.
Yes, 4. The Golduck route uses 7 candies, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Part of the reason why it's slower. Will you do chicken pass for the veteran?
Let's see. I do have the extra ether, so wouldn't be the end of the world to hit him. Let's try to go as fast as we can, I guess.
So the next Sortera can actually be a range if you have a late Poker spread. and if you miss a rain, it can one-shot you with Earthquake from full health.
Even though we're 14 levels higher.
Yeah. That Earthquake goes hard. Especially you are a mild nature Tentacruel.
Yeah. All right. So there's a trainer coming up who can be... Oh, okay, I messed that up completely. Sorry about that. That's my bad. I apologize. I said I was going to do it, risk it, but that was just embarrassing.
It
Damn,
happens.
how does he have the world record? Now he is suspicious.
I was going to say that the movement in this run is always super cool to me, primarily because of the bike, the nature of the bike having to change gears.
Yeah, I really like
to
that.
be like super efficient with it. Yeah,
really
I like the
enjoy that
movement a lot
part.
more than Dark Gold to Silver as a result. Just it's a lot more engaging
Yeah.
for these movement sections.
And in this game, you kind of have more tools to make different Pokemon viable, like Tri-Spec and Lucky Egg.
For sure.
In Soul Silver, you don't really have the access to Lucky Egg until very late into the game,
Yeah.
when it becomes not worth it.
You have to go out of your way in Kanto. And then Manip a Chansey. So this
Good
fight...
news is at least
This fight I've died to on world record pace. That was pretty
How?
brutal. So the next Pokemon that comes out has a priority move known as Sucker Punch. I think you've all heard of it. It can use it. Most of the time it doesn't use it, but it can use it, and if it crits, it will kill. And it also, like, Absol is known as a poke to have, like, it can have the ability Super Luck, which means it's more likely to crit, but that one doesn't even have that. It has pressure instead. Like, even if Sucker Punch can kill, the way the AI works is it won't use Sucker Punch when it can kill sometimes. Which is very strange. It's like Sucker Punch is not prioritized by the AI.
So basically, the way it works is if a Pokemon have another move that can kill you, it will not use Sucker Punch. It will use the other move that kills you.
Right now, 3 trainers away from finishing Victory Road. There are a lot of trainers in this game's Victory Road for some
8
reason.
trainers.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
This is also one of the fights where you use Ring Out. You X Special and 2-hit and 1-hit both of the Dragon Pokemon.
Takedown is annoying.
Yeah, it's slower, but it's not too bad.
Power Whip crit can kill now, I think.
To be fair, the scary part is the Thunderbolt paralyzed. Like, wait, No, you don't take a Thunderbolt. I was thinking about a different Pokemon. It's a very convenient Max Elixir that will help us in the E4.
It's right there. This game doesn't actually have that many PP items that you can get. So the ones that
still have that
ones that
Ether,
are
right?
close, yes.
So you actually probably didn't even need the Max Elixir.
So this fight is kind of annoying. This guy has some pretty bulky Pokemon that resists water. And Porygon Z, which is very especially defensive. So we have to use Surf.
I mean, you don't want to use Poison Jab either way because Empoleon is immune to Poison type.
Unfortunately, we weren't as lucky as on the Rourke fight, so have to take the Power Whip. Just one more trainer left in Victory Road before we can head into Elite Four.
How many heals do you have?
I think I have one super potion. I think that's it.
Okay, so you still need to shop for healing items?
Yes. So this fight is kind of weird. You have Gibble. Hello, Gibble. We kept 3 Sur PP for this fight to perfectly use up all of them. The move with the shortest name. Goodbye, okay. I see where this is going. I'm a bit scared.
Maybe now he will have a Garchomp.
Wait, Swablu? Huh? Very anticlimactic ending to Victory Road.
Yeah, this trainer makes no sense. I don't know what they were doing with this one, but I mean, it's nice to not to worry after the previous fight, I guess. In Diamond Pearl, he has a Gyarados, which is quite a bit scarier, especially in like the 90% glitchless route, because you still have your Infernape and it can just like kill you.
I don't actually know much about that run. Do you have Grass Knot at the end?
I don't remember. It's been like 2 years since I've done the run. I want to say yeah, because yeah, you have plenty of HM mons, so it should be.
Have to be careful not to go too close to that guy because your rival will fight you. And right now we have no PP and no health.
I guess you should at least keep another Pokemon in the party.
Yeah.
So in case you get crit by Cynthia, you have a way out.
Yeah, instead of saving. you can
Probably
do that.
not Golduck. I don't think that one-shot Golduck.
Maybe Golduck can win.
Well, Golduck has the benefit of not dying to Silverwind, so that could be useful.
You can also
Can pick Silverwind and
Yeah.
get a boost.
you can also die on this fight if you get a crit on a untimely turn, which happened to Alvo, a fellow runner. That was really sad. I think his PB still has that death. He got a 240
Yeah.
with a wipe to this fight. So who knows what that run could have been.
Are you
crit.
ready to miss Empoleon range?
Yeah, so the Empoleon on this fight is sometimes a range, depending on how quickly Poker spread to your Tentacruel. And I missed it in my world record run. And I still don't know like what special attack value you need to guarantee it. You level up right before, so you could easily check. So 150 special attack. I don't remember what I don't know what the minimum is to guarantee it. So maybe we'll miss it this time.
You'll get a crit.
Just like Volkner. There's the Empoleon. Barry, I like that Barry uses seals for his ace, for his starter. Unique animation when it comes out. But we got it, so that's good. And now it's the Elite Four. The Elite Four actually is... I think it's easier with Golduck, right? Golduck E4 is very consistent.
Yes, but not easier.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say.
Yeah, you have the range on Aaron. I forgot about that.
Well, it's more so that you can actually wipe to Cynthia if you get a lot of split dash drop.
Yeah, that's also a scary part, yeah.
It's very unlikely to happen, but it can happen.
Tentacruel is just a really good main for this game. Get it at such a high
Yeah,
level.
so it's off. So Tentacruel's offense are actually pretty average, but the level advantage let you actually still manage that part quite well,
Yeah.
and it is naturally fast, so you can outspeed everything without any X item.
Yeah, and you have choice specs and poison barb to increase your damage even more.
Yeah. So the main part is just that you can catch it at a very high level. When you catch it, it already come at level 50, while the other main is still like level 41. The 9 level is actually like a crucial level gap.
Yeah. Hopefully we get a Stone Edge and miss here. That would be ideal. Aw, damn. We used up all our luck earlier.
Be happy that it didn't crit.
Yep. Although crit doesn't kill. Crit just does a lot. So it's impossible to die on this fight. And it's not really possible to die on Bertha either, or Flint. You can die on Lucian. And of course on Cynthia.
Are you going for the 11 and 16?
I don't think so.
But it's not risky. You give it a turn regardless.
Alright. Because you asked, I will go for it. I guess it is possible to die. Like, you don't really heal unless you got Stone Edge crit.
Yeah. Yep. All right, another little internet drop. We're almost there though, chat. Hold tight. Hopefully it just comes right back, so we don't have to go to another break. We'll see you in a second here. Looks like it's coming back.
Right. Bertha time.
Back.
We are so back. So now we're gonna go for
This
a
cache
risk.
is 11 and 16 range to die to serve. You can choose to act special turn 1, but it's on average it's slower.
Okay, we got it.
Easy.
So that saves one like sandstorm turn.
It saves
Yeah.
about 10 seconds.
Yeah. I'm taking 12 from Sandstorm. Sometimes it's different depending on when your Tentacruel got Pokerus. It's a bit strange. Because Pokerus randomly spreads to other Pokemon, and we can't really manip it reasonably in Platinum.
Yeah, so there's a chance you have less HP EV and you'll be 191 on this fight. Right?
Yeah, I think so. And then Sandstorm does 11.
Yes.
So we have to waste few more frames, waiting for Sandstorm to tick down. My frames. The next fight, Flint, as you might expect, he's 100% free. We do have to remember to heal.
Yeah, we'll heal and also use a max elixir to restore our PP. So we are back to full on surf.
Sorry for going through you earlier, Flint. That was... We just had to do it. It was a necessity. Sorry. So here we just surf.
Good strategy.
Yeah, we chose to use surf after many calculations.
Many hours cooking in the kitchen led to click surf.
Yeah, if chat hasn't caught on yet, surf plus water type plus choice specs is absurdly broken in this game.
Yep.
That's why Empoleon is also really powerful. Golduck's really powerful. Even things that resist it, there's not that many things that resist water in general, but the things that do resist it, you could still just overpower them anyway. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the reason why on the top end Empoleon is faster than Chimchar for glitchless runs. Even though
specs is fair and balanced.
Even though Piplup's early game is horrendous.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
So Lucian is a bit tricky. He can use Light Screen, which means your spec surf no longer does that much. So ideally, we get Reflect instead.
Yes. So what you do on Lucian actually depends on if he Reflect or Light Screen. So it's a 50-50 between the two moves, and you cannot just go for the kill on Mr. Mime because you need the setup to be able to kill. Sorry.
Yeah, basically, Light Screen. With Light Screen, you don't kill Gallade.
You don't even kill Alakazam.
Yeah, you need to set up for that. So please Reflect. Nice.
So in a way, getting Light Screen is actually safer because you then would set up on Mr. Mime, and it will it will only attack you once, and a crit of Psychic won't kill you. But now that it uses Reflect, you need to use another X special on Bronzong, and if you get crit by Bronzong's Earthquake, you will die.
Yeah, hopefully it uses Calm Mind.
Yeah, it's about 80% chance to use Calm Mind, I think. So it's not really a big concern most of the time.
But my PB gets Earthquake.
Peeking Earthquake and critting you is very, very unlikely.
Yeah, and I think you can also probably live, if you're very lucky, you can live a Earthquake crit. It does 94 to 112. Okay, let's go.
So the Calm Mind is good to see because now you also don't have to heal before Cynthia.
Yep. I just need to take off choice specs.
Yep, do not forget that one.
Yep, it's very important to take off the choice specs. Because Cynthia has a very varied team. So it's better. It ends up being better to only set up to +4 and +5 on Milotic and not use the choice specs.
I think it's not actually faster by a lot. It's about 10 seconds faster to unequip tri-specs.
Yep. And I don't need to save because I have
Golduck alive. If you keep the tri-specs on, you have to go to +6 on Milotic.
Yeah.
Banger alert.
So you have to
It's
set
the
up.
one Pokemon that has no weaknesses, but only for a couple years, and then it gets weaknesses.
Yep. We have to set up to +4.
It's not the only, the only one for Gen 4, I suppose.
Yeah, Gen 4, yeah.
Yeah, because Gen 5 have Electro. Electros? Is that the name?
Electros?
Yeah, Electros. Well, I guess Mode Breaker is a thing as well.
Normal
So here
Pokemon
we set up
strat.
for we set up 4X special on Spiritomb, and we'll start to surf them.
Yep. And Clear Body is so good, you can't get special defense drops.
Yeah.
From
If
Shadow
you
Ball or
don't have
Psychic.
Clear Body, this fight is very, very scary.
Yep.
Goodbye, Garchomp.
Yep. You don't even need any X speeds or anything. You outspeed everything you need to.
Yeah, and not having tri-specs allow you to switch to Ring Out for Roserade and
Milotic.
Milotic?
Yeah.
Yes. Which save you from one turn of setup, also save the super effective text. Hopefully you don't get Dragon Pulse from here.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
Yeah. If you get Dragon Pulse, you might have to heal out of Lucario's extreme speed range.
Yeah, the reason why we set up is Ring Out at +4 doesn't kill, and Mirror Coat would be bad.
Obliterate us. Well, Ring Out at +4 is a range,
Yeah.
but it's not one that you would want to go for.
So, if I'm only dead to Extreme Speed crit here, no way that would happen.
It won't pick extreme speed.
Yeah,
so
true, yeah.
you're-
Because another move can kill. Right, GG.
GG. You're now the Sinnoh region champion. How's it feel?
That's pretty good.
In under 3 hours ish.
Very nice. It was a bit rocky, but we made it through.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad even with the rockiness, you're able to show off such like a new, fresh route.
Yeah.
This is not the first time I've had on a route that was like fairly new, and there was a lot of like rocky bumps during the run. So fairly used to it and totally expected. And I think it's cool to show that off, especially at Hotfix, at GDQ Hotfix, because a lot of the times our runs are very like refined or have been kind of the way they were for a while. So
Yeah, this
even
is
if it
definitely
is
new and fresh.
less refined, yeah, definitely more fresh. And I think it's cool to see runs that don't go perfectly all the time too. So
Yeah.
So before the discovery of that, the Rourke Manip threat, the old route has actually standing there for like 2 years now.
Yep.
So it's nice to discover something faster after 2 years of nothing changing.
Yep.
For
And
sure.
we'll be streaming world record attempts with the new route pretty soon.
Yeah. Any shout outs y'all want to do?
Want to shout out March for being a great commentator, very knowledgeable. Shout outs to
shout
Alvo
shout out
for
to
the raid
Minna
earlier.
who
Minno had the
shout out to
idea.
Minna who gave us this idea.
Time.
Hi.
Awesome. Yeah. Any shout outs? Where can people find you after this? How can they follow you on Twitch? All that good stuff.
I can type in chat. I can say hi in chat. This is me.
I can type. I'll type your URLs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll be streaming on Twitch with this new route pretty soon. We're pretty much done with all the routing, so that'll be exciting.
We're just finalizing some edges.
Yes, and if you're curious about Pokemon speedrunning, definitely join the PSR Discord. We have a specific one for DS and for Gen 1 to 3, notably.
Every different console.
Every console has its own Discord server, so definitely take a look at those if you're interested.
Yeah, again, world record is 230. You say
806.
238.06. Yeah.
By Rubentus. Yeah. So if you want to get some world record level action of this run, definitely go follow Rubentus on Twitch. I just put URLs for both Twitch and March, or Rubentus and March, aka Linus here in the Twitch chat. So definitely follow them. If you're watching on YouTube, you just click the description below the video to get those links. Would really appreciate if you all follow them both. 236. If you want to see it happen live, go check them out. Drop them a follow. Thank you so much, both of you, for doing the run today. And
thanks for having us.
Yeah. Happy to have you both for my favorite game, favorite speedrun. And we're gonna go to another break. We're not done with Hotfix for today. We're actually going to be having on HypnoShark on right after this, doing a racing game showcase, showcasing both Crash Team Racing and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So if you're interested in that, stick around. We'd love to see you there. We'll be back in a few minutes. So goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Yeah.